I'm once again having to take the unpopular side here and say some things I honestly wish I didn't have to say. If you're just seeing my videos and you don't see what this is connected to, there was an article put out in the United Kingdom about a young man who had a stroke. And apparently it affected the part of his brain that deals with sexuality, sexual orientation, if you will. And he was straight and apparently is now gay. What I'm seeing people say a lot is this is nonsense, it's BS, it's a cop-out, he's just coming up with an excuse. And really they're saying this without any real understanding of how the brain works. They don't have experience with stroke victims. They haven't seen the way a personality can change overnight, sometimes within a matter of hours from a stroke. And they're just putting into the story their life experiences, their life, their history, and saying, it's not like mine, therefore this is crap. And I can't say how disappointed I am in our community for doing this. This is a young man whose life changed overnight. And yes, the brain can, in fact, go through this huge of a change. It's rare. Ah, my nose. It is incredibly rare, but it happens. There have been cases of people who've had strokes and suddenly were artists. There was a case of a man who was a criminal. He was in jail, a violent offender. He had, I believe, a metal plate in his head because he had been in such a violent fight that to save his life they had to put a plate in his head. He had a stroke, and suddenly he was a poet. It happens. Now, granted, being a poet is in fact different than having your sexual orientation change. But going from violent to pacifist because of a stroke happens. So it is not strange to me to hear that a person went from being straight to gay because of a stroke. It isn't a cop-out. When I saw the video, and I'm going to have the link, I'm not sure how I'm going to do it because I haven't done this before. I'm going to try to have the link somewhere on this page so you can see it. The man talks about how he suddenly had to figure out how to deal with his new attraction. You don't talk about your new attraction if you spent your whole life gay. You talk about having to suppress it when you were in the closet and then being open and honest when you came out of the closet. He talks about how strange it is to no longer be attracted to women. We don't talk about that because that doesn't happen for us. It happened for him. It's what happened with him. It isn't how people become gay. It's how he ended up in this specific situation. And I am just disgusted with us right now, with all of you out there who've been calling this nonsense and BS. We are better than that. He didn't have our experience, and so we say it's nonsense. He didn't have our experience because he isn't us. He is himself. I am me. You don't have my history, so you don't know me. I don't have your history, so I don't know you. You don't know what's crap and what's nonsense and what's BS just because you didn't go through it. You just don't know. And I wish somebody among our community had said welcome to him and said, I hope you're happy to him, and said, I don't understand, but this is what you went through, and I hope you're okay now. And I'm sorry if your family hasn't understood this. You have us now. Nobody ever said anything like that. And it makes me wonder, are we actually decent people if we can't welcome a person who's probably very confused? What kind of people are we? What kind of people are we willing to be? What you said sounds like the Maggie Gallaghers of the other side, and the Brian Browns of the other side saying that because they don't understand, it's not true. I'm ashamed of you right now. You don't know me, and I'm glad because right now I don't want to know any of you.